Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. This is my green card story where we share with you everything about EB1A and EB2-NIW. You're welcome. Today, myself and Dr. Bobola will be sharing the hottest data on Q1 and Q2 summary of approvals, denials, and total number of applications received by USCIS with you. And we'll also be sharing with you some of the steps you can take to make your application one of the approved applications in Q4 2025, maybe. So you are welcome. Without wasting much of your time, I'm going to go into the data itself before Dr. Bobola comes up and gives more interpretation into the data. So I'm going to share my screen, and here I'm going to start with the summary of EB1, EB2, EB3 data for Q1 and Q2 2025. Okay, some people are really excited about this data because they believe that the second quarter is when we can really see what's happening with this current administration. Okay, the true picture of what has been happening. All right, so how do you interpret this data? For those that really love figures, I've put the table. And for those that love graphics, I've put the graph as well. So on my left is first quarter. On my right is second quarter. Okay, so and you see EB1 for those of us that apply through EB1A. You know that EB1A is within whatever trend you observe with EB1 itself. And likewise, EB2-NIW, the national interest waiver, is within whatever trend we observe in EB2. Okay, and EB3 for our skilled workers, or so EB3 is all encompassing of that category as well. So you can see the received number here on the table, you can see the approved number, and you can see the number of cases that were denied. Now, what is percentage approved? A lot of channels have how they calculate percentage approved, but we believe the best way to show you this is our formula right here. So number of approved, the exact number of cases that were approved over the total number of cases that were received for that category times 100. Okay, so that's how we got our own percentage approved. Remember, the fact that 7,474 cases were approved for EB1 in the first quarter does not mean all of those cases were received in the first quarter. Some of them might have been received fourth quarter of 2024. Okay, so but we are just working here with the exact data, and we are using that to calculate our percentage approved. At least you can see the trend. Okay, what is happening? So for EB1, you see here that the percentage approved jumped from 55 to 61 in second quarter. That's a plus, right? That's not really significant, but it's a plus. That's like 6% increase in EB1. EB1, that very tricky category, that's an increase in the number of approvals. Okay, and for EB2, we see an increase as well from 51% to 62% approval. Okay, and likewise for EB3, a little bit of drop. Okay, so just about 3% drop in the number of approval. So if you're someone looking like, is the President Trump administration reducing number of approval, what is happening? I would say not much of a change. If anything, it's increased. At least the figures, the number of cases have increased. If you're better with pictures or graphical representation, here is the graph. Okay, so this graph is showing you blue here is the total number received for EB1, orange is the total number of approved cases, and green here for first quarter is the number of denial. Very few. Very few, 1,000 plus for EB1A in Q1, and here in Q2, that denial jumped a little bit by 200, so we can't say more denials really, but my focus is on approved. Let's stay positive. So the approval jumped up. Okay, maybe the denial also jumped up a little, but it's just a little bit, so. And the same thing for EB2. You can look at this graph that way. Here blue is total number of EB2 applications that were received by USCIS, and orange is the number of approval. Of course, approval is lower than total number received. They only approved 51% if you compare to the total number of cases that were received in Q1, and 69% here for EB3. Here is similar to what I said on the table. We just have that little, little, just two additional denials compared to first quarter for EB3 applicants. So you know that on this channel, I would say we give you some encouragement by country. So my next table, which you have to squint your eyes, but it is what it is. It's just to give us an idea by country of birth. So if you were born in Nigeria, like I am born in Nigeria, or I was born in Nigeria, you can see here this is a number of approvals for EB1. Okay, and here I'm even breaking it down: outstanding professor, multinational executive. So whatever category you really fall into, you can see that, of course, India is leading, we know, but for Nigeria, for the Philippines, for Mexicans, you can see real numbers here of people applying and getting approvals. So this is just showing the number of approval by country. Okay, and for Q2, we also see that, okay, this data is only for Q2, of course. Pardon me. So for Q2, we see that, you see for EB2 as well, we see our NIW right here. I'm going to focus on Nigeria. You see that there's actually a difference. Okay, so 234 for EB1. And for NIW, we see that a lot of people from Nigeria, maybe they are applying or getting approvals for EB to NIW more than EB1. And we also have some people, unskilled workers, professionals, just with their bachelors, going through EB3, getting approvals. These are great numbers. Skilled workers, 208 from Nigeria getting approval. So you can check your country on this chart. You can send it to your friends that are from any of these countries. They're Chinese, they're Filipinos or whatever, and they can see that this route, EB1, EB2, EB3, are still, I would say, the most verified and most, I won't say easy, but easy to access way to get your permanent residency here in the United States. So, Dr. Bobola, what do you have to say about this data? What do you see with the trend? What's advice do you have for the people based on this data that we've shared today?
Okay, let me start from this current slide. Okay, first.
Okay, that's all right. I'll keep it here.
Okay, this current slide, you can see that there are a lot of applicants from India and China. I mean, that's that has been happening for a while. I can
Yes.
see that other countries have followed, like the Philippines,
Yeah.
Mexico, South Korea, Nigeria, and
Mm-hmm.
Brazil. So, for example, Nigeria. So, for first preference for people with outstanding professor, only 4 people applied. And I'm sure there's so many.
Focus on the positive.
Yeah, I'm sure there's so many people that qualify, but just 4 applied.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at
Four was approved in
four was
second
approved.
quarter. Mm-hmm.
Four was approved.
Yes.
And if you look at a country uh, uh,
mm,
like Brazil for the NIW, only 224 were
mhm.
approved. So
Yeah.
you can say that I think more countries need to take advantage of this opportunity.
Mm,
It's uh, this pathway to United States permanent residence favors people that have unique expertise in their field and they have something to bring to the table. And I'm
mhm,
sure there are so many people out there that people on H1B, especially people in uh, the
mm,
industry. I
mhm.
think this year and also last year, the tech industry has started laying off a lot of people. And so some of these people are on H1B. So
Okay.
the employment based route is a good pathway for them to obtain their United States permanent residence. So it doesn't matter if the person is from Mexico or Italy
Yes.
or
Mhm,
Sweden or
mhm,
South Africa or Tanzania or Ghana,
mhm.
the
We are
person
just
can
showing
actually.
these countries, all of those countries, their information, their data is also is on the USCIS website. We are just showing these few countries. Yes, you're
Yeah.
correct.
So the person can actually file for EB2-NIW or EB1A or EB3. So if you are watching this video and you know someone that is on H1B or maybe O1 visa or TN visa or any form of employment based visa,
Mm,
and they just lost their job or they currently have a job or they're trying to figure out a good pathway to obtain their United States permanent residence, kindly share this video with them.
okay. All right, that's a very good one. So what about here? What do you feel about the
So
increase, even with everything going on? Maybe USCIS is short staffed, there are a lot of backlogs. We still see that nothing really much has changed.
for this increase, when you were talking, my mind went straight to the priority date. So many people have applied and the application has been approved since 2023. There are people that have been waiting that filed in August 2023 and the
Sure.
application has been approved and they are yet to adjust their status because the appoint date is not correct. So when seeing these numbers, I I can see why USS had to retrogress the Visa Bulletin. So, for example, let's do a quick math here. So, if you look at the first quarter, you see that for received for EB1A is over 13,000, for
Mm,
EB2 is over 28,000, for EB3 is over 16,000. If you add those three numbers together, I think we are looking at about so 13 plus 28, that would be about 41,000.
mhm.
41 plus 16,
57.
that would be 57,000.
Hmm.
They receive 57,000 employment
Already.
already. And that's for just EB1A, EB2, and
And
EB3.
three.
Sorry,
Mhm.
EB1, EB2, and EB3. We have not considered EB4 and EB5.
And that's for Q1 alone.
That's for
You've not
Q1 alone.
calculated the Q2.
So for Q2, so let's say they receive 12,000 for EB1A,
About the
28
same. Mhm.
20,000 for EB2 and 16,000 for EB3. So
And another
let's say
57.
12 plus 28, that would be like 40.
44. Hmm.
Uh,
Oh,
is that
okay.
40? Yeah,
Yeah,
40
that's 40.
plus 16,000, that would be 56.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Okay.
from the first quarter and second quarter, they have received over 100,000 employment base. Just and this for this we just calculated the EB1A, EB2, and EB3.
Well,
Now, if you consider the third and fourth quarter, so that means they're getting over 300 applications. Now,
and,
they're getting over 200
wow.
application at least. Now, don't forget that USCIS only issues. Sorry, USS is only entitled to give 140,000 employment-based green card for every fiscal year. Okay, that's one. Now, don't forget that at least 200,000 applied. So let's say USS approved 70, that would be 140,000.
Ah,
So some of those people, they
I
have
have
family,
dependents.
they have spouse, they have children. So they also obtain their green card from that 140,000. So that is one
Mm,
of the reasons why we're having this backlog. And
yeah,
as this number is increasing, I don't know whether I should say this, the backlog will also increase. Do you
please.
understand? It's
Yeah,
just the fact. I think we need to talk about this.
true. And you mentioned something about like USCIS putting a cap on this year application. Have you been hearing about that?
Can you tell me more? No, I've not actually.
Oh, okay. So something like they might not consider evaluating more applications for this year.
Oh, okay.
Something like that, or that the priority dates will not move, or something like that. In
Okay,
that
so
in that
this is what I know.
in that
I,
line.
I, I think I know what you're talking about, but
Okay.
so because someone called me and the person said, "Oh, he or she had," I think the person is a lady. The person said that she that USS is not giving any green card again
For
this year.
this year.
I told her that, see, every fiscal year USS gets 140,000 employment based green card.
Mhm.
So if they have given out all those 140,000 green card,
Exactly.
no
Mhm.
other person gets any green card this
Anymore.
fiscal year. Even if
But
they
it
qualify
doesn't
for it.
mean they will stop.
No, it doesn't mean they won't stop. It doesn't mean they've stopped. So the next time they will start giving out green card is when the next fiscal year starts. And I think US fiscal year starting, is it September? I think
October.
and
Yeah.
October. So
Hmm.
that means if you are waiting and let's say I think they've given out all the green card for the fiscal year. So
Yeah.
that means you
Yeah.
probably need to
Yeah.
wait till October to get your green card. And I just explained why that is happening. A lot of people are filing, and all these
Mhm.
people also have dependents. Okay, so
Okay.
you need to wait. It's a waiting game. I tell people.
Yes, thank you so much. I think this is a good place to remind you to please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, our YouTube channel, please just just click that bell. It is free. Mm, It is free. Whenever we upload videos like this, that you can also agree are very educative. Our analysis are strong. We know what is actually happening. You will get that notification first, and you'll be notified. You can send it to your friends. Okay, don't hoard our videos. Don't keep information. Okay, please share our videos with people. Let them know that there are some people that are giving this kind of analysis, giving this kind of breakdown that can inform your decisions and what you should do next. So till next time, we hope to see you soon again. Thank you and bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.